What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the Matt the Music Man channel. I am Matt. Ooh. Just like to apologize first and foremost for any audio or video quality issues that I might have. As you can see by this stellar setup here, I'm just recording on my iPhone, and I hope this audio thing works. I just plugged this into my interface. I'm very new to this. Please bear with me here. If you have any suggestions or help that you could offer in the comments, greatly appreciated. So what is this about? We're going to break down Summerland by King's X. I saw a lot of people watch the short, and I figure, I broke it down. Okay, good. But it's a little tricky because instead of the chords, just being something that you would normally just strum along, now he's individually picking certain strings and to get that sound. So I just figure I'll break it down. So let's get right into it. Okay, I watch YouTube too. I hate when they take a long time. So progression: E minor 7, D major, G7, A major, and some type of A6, according to what I wrote down. I think this is correct. Let's go with it. So let me turn up the guitar here. Cool. So, E minor 7. Simple enough. It might sound complicated, but all we're really doing is we're playing the open E, the second fret of the A string, and the open G. That's all there is. You just got to get comfortable, instead of getting all the strings, just being able to individually pick certain notes. So, we have that. Good enough. Now let's go on to the second one. Pretty simple as well. You're just moving your middle finger down a string to the low E, and then bringing in your ring finger to the second fret of the G string. So sounds like this. But in context, let's play that first part first. I'll do it slowly. Sounds like this. Sounds like that. We're getting somewhere. Next up is the G7, which is, again, super easy. All we're doing is just taking off our ring finger and sliding up our middle finger from the second fret to the third fret. So this is pretty simple. All we're doing is playing the G and then the D, the G on the E string, the D, and then the open G string. So now let's string all those together and see what we get from that, all right? Starting from the beginning, playing a little slow. Here we go. Pick it up a little bit. Cool. Anyway. Let's go on to the next part. Now, after we have stayed on that G for a bit, let's move it up to the 5. Okay? So now this is where it's going to get a little tricky if you don't, know your chord shapes or don't have, any flexibility in your hand. For me, this was a bit of a weird shape when I learned it. But this is the A major. But we're picking all those notes individually instead of strumming them like that. So we're getting just like that. Simple enough. But what am I picking? What am I doing? It's the 5 on the low E, 4 on the A, and then 2 on the D and G. Now let's string all of that together. E, D, G, A. All right. That almost sounds like the riff. So how do we got to complete that? Well, it's this some type of A6. All right, so we're doing the same. We're staying on the 5. That doesn't move. But after we play, we got to bring our whatever finger you want to use back down to the 5, and then we're skipping the A string and playing the 4 on the D with the open G after it to kind of give it that resolve there. Now all together, it sounds like this. Sorry. And if you want, yeah, well, what he does in the song is, the second time around, you let that ring out, drums come in, and then they all come in together. So that is basically the main line, main riff to Summerland. I'll play it again a couple times just so you guys can really hear how it's supposed to sound. Here we go. I'll play it up to speed. So, there's the riff. But let me ask you this question. Do you know how to play the chorus? If you do, that's awesome. But if you don't, I got you covered. I would say it's actually probably a little bit more simple than that actual intro riff. So let's break it down. All right, here's how it sounds. Let me just play it for you guys. A little iffy at the end there, but let's break it down. So all we're doing is taking our middle and index, going for the 3rd fret on the A string and the 2nd fret on the D string and the open G. And all we're going to do is, once we have that down, slide that up to the 5, and then pluck those strings, the 5, the 4, and the open G. And then after that, all you're going to do is take your your ring finger, put that on the 7 and your index on the 5, and you're going to be playing the 7, 5, and the open G. And then once again, like that first part, you're just going to slide up to the 9 and the 7. So now your ring finger is on the 9 and your index is on the 7 of the A and D string, and then you're still playing that open G. And then what he does is he takes the second note, the 10, and drops it down to the 5. That's kind of a transition into this other strumming part where he does this. So I'll do that a little slower. Let's break that down. So from the beginning, we got the 3 and the 2 and the open G, 3, 2, open G, slide it up, 7 and 5, open G, 9, 7, open G, 10, slide down to the 5. There you go. Work on that. Get that down. Do this in little pieces. You don't want to overwhelm yourself or burn yourself out somehow. So once you're at the 5, then you can just take it off. Now he's opening it up to the A. Now it gets a little complicated. Who am I kidding? No, it doesn't. Or maybe it does. I'm just the music man. So we play that open A, and then 2nd fret on the D string with the open G. And then we're going to take our middle finger and put it on the 2nd fret of the A string. So it's following the bass line. So open A, 2nd fret, open G, or 2nd fret on the D string, and then 2nd fret on the A string. And on that 2nd fret of the A string, you're just plucking those next 2 open notes after it. And then we're doing that same shape we did at the beginning of the chorus with the 3 and the 2 on the A and D string. taking your pinky or your ring, because we're still playing that, but we have to add in that note, the 4. So what am I doing there? I'm playing the A, D, G, D, G, 4 on the D, open G. And then after that, to bring us back to the main riff, we're sliding up once again, like the second part of the chorus, how we go from the 3 and the 2 to the 5 and the 4. We're back at the 5 and the 4, but we're not really doing anything crazy. We're just playing 5, 4, G, and then bringing it back down, and then playing G4, 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 G4. Open A, back to the main riff. So let me play you this whole thing. You can watch my hands, you can rewind, listen to what I said. I'm sorry if I got a little confused at some points, but I really hope this helped you figure out how to play this. So here's the full thing. There you go, guys. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you learned something. Thank you for tuning in. I really hope you enjoyed the video. Please come back for more. I will try to be back with another lesson soon. Like, share, subscribe.